Ooh, it's a huge head for goalies. Yes, when we have the MFL mesh, which is particularly suited for the goalie head because it's so light. And given that most goalies are, the lacrosse market, lacrosse players, most of them are young, pretty good that they have light heads because they can move it better. If you drop the head weight 1%, you can move the head 0.4% faster. So anytime you can drop the weight, you should, because moving the head faster, particularly for a goalie, getting in front of the ball, is best. Okay, now what we do is we center it up top. We've got 5 holes up top. It's interesting. 5, 7, 9, 9, and 3 at the bottom. We shaped the mesh beforehand. The MFL mesh, of course, which is 15 times stronger than steel, the strongest fiber on earth, floats on water like a duck or a witch. Okay, so we secure it to the top here. And the main thing for the mighty MFL mesh in the goalie head is it just doesn't stretch. It'll never stretch. And you can use the mesh itself as the shooting string, which is a tremendous advantage. And you got as big a bucket as you want with this, so we like a big bucket, so we put in a big bucket. Again, there's no whip coming out. So one of the keys is it's just very easy to throw and very, very light, so that, let's say, for example, even if you're 50 years old and super strong, you're going to be able to manipulate the head better. You're going to move the head a little better. But if you're, let's say you're 10 years old or 12 years old or even 18, you can move this head quicker in front of the ball, which is moving rather quickly because of the shot that came at you. All right, so here we're doing up the top. We lash the mesh right along the edge up here. The Fort 7 has these teeth underneath, which is great for grabbing the ball. But we lash the mesh up on the top because we want the ball, it adds to more room for the ball to be captured as coming in. A little softer if the ball hits the mesh up there. And for MFL purposes, ball's coming out right around here. So the higher it really actually doesn't matter where we lash up the mesh, it's just more secure up here. Okay, so see, now we pretty much have it done up top. And we just take it down the sides, and the key to the sides is to make sure that you have enough tension to the diagonal pull. And this is where I personally learned a ton about stringing from a kid. I was running around at the Hopewell Tennis Classic, which is tennis, huh? Hopewell Lacrosse Classic, which happens to be played in person. And my goalie kept throwing the ball to the midline, to the other team's goalie, to the other team's lead midi, who would just throw it back in the cage, because that was probably the best thing to do. So it was a stringing problem. So we ran around like maniacs trying to fix the stringing problem. And a kid came up to me. I was running around, and I found another little goalie, about an 8-year-old kid, and he showed me the problem was that it overlapped. The stick I had overlapped. He goes, whatever you do, don't let it come around here, so that, essentially it can overlap. So that's the biggest thing I've ever learned in stringing, was about overlap, and that's where whip comes from. So we became diagonal pullers. Diagonal pullers mean pull the mesh down. Now we shape our regular mesh. We pull it down even further. The MFL mesh is somewhat unique in that we cut it pre-shaped. We shape it to how it should be in a head, and then just lash it in accordingly. There's no extra mesh anywhere. Alright, so now you see we've done it up top. I'm going to do one side on its own and then speed the other. But the key here is to find where the center V on the mesh, which is essentially here. Here's the center. Where's this V? Where's this V here? V coming up, V going down. You want it to be right here. You want it to be lashed right there. So that's your top of your head, no overhang, and then you put the big old bucket down in here. So it's really, all this stringing right here is done for the purpose of purpose of maintaining that V in the middle of the head. So now we just come down here. Stay out of there. Go another guy here. And then we skip a few holes to make sure that we get to that V. We do it, it's pretty standard. Now we go out, we skip this loop here, come out 2 holes. You see, so we're going down the head a little bit in order to line up this V with this hole. So that's why we skip a couple there. We're not going to skip any on the bottom because we'll just be bunching up the mess for the bucket purposes. But all right, now we're done skipping on this side, and I'll do the other side. I'll speed the other side up, just so we don't get too bored. But now we're just going to go loop, loop, loop all the way down. All right, loop here, loop there. Looping meaning coming around each mesh, which you can do with standard mesh, big mesh. You see, we're coming down. We're just going to come down the side. We got the V lined up. V lined up here. Okay. So now we just want to make some bucket. Throw some mesh in on the bottom, and because we know the ball, the ball's going to come out of the top nice. So now we're just going to make sure we get some bucket down here, which means using every hole. Now it's going down the side, and we're into the cut here, cut down here, which is somewhat unique to the MFL mesh that we cut it this way. Shaped. Pretty happy with our shaping of the mesh and regular pockets as well. We can thank some of the participants in our stringing contest, mainly Jackson Twomey, who I believe is an excellent football player. If he's half as good a lacrosse player as he knows how to string a head, he's a pretty good lacrosse player. All right, now we got to the bottom here. We're going to do just lash it to the bottom, leaving, again, the MFL mesh is cut that you just did the last 2 here. Center it up. And now I'm going to speed out this side here and be back to you in non-Mickey Mouse language in a few secs. Okay, now I got both sides done. A little play here. A little play. Let's center them up. Give it to you, a little hitch and tie. We got a mad bucket. So we got a mad bucket now. Mad bucket, no whip. So these are almost cosmetic. These shooting strings don't do a heck of a lot. However, they do look good. And maybe someday they will have a function. Anyway, we put them in. We're putting them in. Putting them in right here. Bings, ya bangs, ya boom. And put in a topper. Put in the old topper. And we'll put in a V. Topper and a V. Gotta have a topper. This is parachute string. Also, it's US military spec parachute string. Happens to be neon green. Takes away from some of the badass military element, but still. Alright, well that's a little long. But alright, that's all you're really looking for there. Is a little semi-taut, make it a little taut. Swing it around on the inside here. Keep that knot happy. Have happy knots. What are you doing with happy knots? That's crazy. Okay. Some easy things take longer than other easy things. So yes, how about that? How about that? How about that? Alright. And then the final V. Alright, so we got the fine bucket here. No overhang, the ball's coming out right here. Doesn't matter what I do here, but I'm going to put it in because it's beautiful. Because who doesn't like a little green? Who doesn't like a little snazzo green? Right here, right here, right here. Well, that's a little long. Okay. Sound effects are critical. It's not like a tennis sound effect like Serena Williams or Roger Federer, not even Roger, or Nadal. Every time he hits the ball. So it's like. It's more like, you don't have to do that when you're straining. It's more like, whoosh, whoosh. And then you throw a little, you come around the corner, you're like, whoosh. And then you'd be like, wow. You can see the finish line, like, ah, and then you get all Federer and then you go, wah. Yeah, baby, that's it. Oh, what am I talking about? Simple, dimple. Mad bucket, one way out V, yeah, MFL, super light, 4-7, get on that thing, enjoy.